Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Woodville here in City Skylines 2. Where last episode, boys, we finally started to add some residents and start to build up our new little towns on this side of the region. We started to fully integrate people living around the infrastructure that we've been building for the last few episodes, and it's starting to look pretty good. Now, if you are enjoying this series so far, we got a bunch of expansions that we need to do today. Then I just want to say right now, you need to make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you do get notified when more episodes do come out. But I asked you guys in the last episode, we've got 3 regions right now. The utility area and these 2 towns that we need to rename. Actually, guys, give me some pretty sweet name suggestions that we can hopefully rename in today's episode, and you guys did not disappoint right now. You really didn't. The first one is coming from your boy right now. I'm going to bring these up, Hayden, and he says to the utility island could be named after yew trees and call it Utility Island. Right, this is a hilarious play on words right now, and I absolutely am all here for it. Yew trees. But then it goes Tility. I think I've spelt that right. Utility? I think so. Utility Island. Nah, I love that. I actually love that right now. And another one coming in from I think it's Mez1Mez. And I had a bunch of name suggestions, and the ones that I really liked from Mez1Mez is to call one of them Timber Bay, because we're in like a slight little bay area near the harbour. Timber Bay sounds pretty good to me. And the other one they said as well, I'm quickly just trying to find it right now, because there is so many different kind of types of kind of wood theme names we can pretty much call. And there we go, I've just found the comment right now. So again, from the same person, Cedar Cove. I like that. It's kind of like watery, bay-esque names that really do fit these 2 new towns. Now, we will be eventually adding in more towns. We got a couple of 2 more train stations here, so there'll be 2 more towns guaranteed in this area. But we need to build a bit more infrastructure set up for what we've currently existingly got before we can expand forward. So what are we doing in today's episode then? Wow. I want to actually now sort out the proper connection for this little highway, because this is eventually going to be maybe a speedier way to kind of get up to the main infrastructure. Maybe, who knows. But I also want to set up a way to get this 3rd train line up and out of here, boys, which will eventually lead on to out of the region. I think I'm going to take it a really long way around to kind of get out of here, which would be kind of exciting. I want to build some walkable park areas and just get in, a few more trees. So like I said before, boys, if you're enjoying the episodes and the series, smash a like button, subscribe if you are new. All that jazz, baby. All that jazz. You know what we got to do around here, boys. And leave a comment saying thank you for all, play some more, and we'll do just that. So I think what we'll do then is we'll start with the train line here. And what we can do is we could just make it kind of go up to here as usual. We'll have to use some anarchy right now to get this all snapped in. And as soon as we get our way through it, we need to then bridge it up. Now, do I go for the straight +10? Do I bring it down to maybe a 5 to begin with? If I went to there, it's going to destroy some buildings, obviously. And I don't know how high to kind of make it. We've got to make it go over there, so we will have to probably get up to a +10 at some point. Alright, I'm trying to find the snap. There we go. There we go, boys. So a few buildings are going to get destroyed. Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is right now. But I'm trying to keep within the fashion of it. So it's going to kind of go up and then bend this way. And I eventually want to take it all the way through here, which I think will be quite a cool and interesting route to take the train line out. I'm just going to figure out the best way to do it and where this highway road is ultimately going to run. So this little highway road here, which will continue, will be connecting up to around about this area. So I think what we do is we take a look at a way in which we can set this up. So I think we go to the highway style road here, and after that point, can I make this snap to go forward? I can. And I'll create a singular bend here, which is probably going to be a little bit difficult than you think. Or do I go back from a lot further? So let's say I went to about there. Now, granted, if you're coming down this way, it becomes a little bit more difficult to turn to go into that direction. So I'm kind of favouring one direction over the other. I'm kind of favouring it to kind of go outside of the region more than anything. Although I could decide to create like a little bit of an overpass to kind of snap down and head in. That's also a possibility as well. But the other possibility is at the same time, I could maybe bulk it up to where, is that a 4-lane? I have a dedicated kind of turn-in for both of these. So if I dropped you in there, and if I dropped you in there, and then redo it one more time, this will make complete sense in just a memento. And then build these in, because it might become quite a busy route moving forward. Now this is going to be a little bit more tricky. I think what I have to do here is maybe build that to there, go asymmetrical to here, re-delete this, so I've got a bit of space first. Right, that's going on a snap, right? To kind of go straight. And to a 5 or a 7.5. I think we'll go to a 7.5, which will be perfectly fine. So do that to there. And we'll see how this is going to play, because we're going to have a very interesting setup now. So that's obviously going to come down, and we're going to bend it round. So I think we've got a little bit of room here to kind of continue. And it's just now figuring out the best way to kind of go about it. Do I go a bit shorter? And then maybe drop it down to a 5? And then do I go for the complex? Is that continuous or complex? Complex curve, where I do this to lead into... Nah, the complex curve looks a little bit wild. We kind of need to bring it down to a normal fashion. So if I was to kind of then decide to do it like this, I've just got to get this to there. Sounds so easy, right? Sounds so easy. And kind of was. It's really, I'm not a big fan of what I've now just created. But maybe I can utilize the Move It tool to create a better system. So, bendy wendy a bit more. Pushy washy a bit more further out. It's never going to be perfect, but I am not that bothered at the moment. It shall do the job. So the whole reason for this is because it's also going to allow me now... Right, snap it like that. Keep this going forward. To figure out where this is bending in. So, okay, we've gone a little bit further than I needed to, but that's completely fine. Because we're going to try and implement quite a decent sized bend. So go to there. And then we'll try and incorporate something now here. And this is all really important for how we align the train line. So snap, snap. That's a 180 by 180-ish. Again, that's completely fine by us. And then that runs up. I'll probably end up redoing this. I'm most likely going to end up completely redoing this. Because I don't feel like... Do you know what? I don't like it. I'm so sorry. I do not like it. But I think I can do... It's the bend. It is the bend on it. So bring this up to a 5. So if I went for an 80-ish, 70 by 65, 60 by 70. It looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit better. We'll roll with that. We will roll with that. Anything else is going to drive me absolutely crazy. So I've got to sort that junction out, but we'll leave that for just a moment. Because what it now does, it tells me where I can run my train line. So I've got a couple of options right now. Obviously, I can up and over it, and as it gets closer, we'll then turn it to change onto this side. Which is the best side of it to be on? Actually, to be honest with you, it might be better to stay on the right-hand side. Yeah. Right. Cue dramatic building right now of a train line, okay? This is kind of going to be not annoying, just interesting. Just interesting right now. So this is going to be quite long-winded. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be quite long-winded to build this train line with where I want it to ultimately go. So I am going to make this go underground. Okay. So we're not quite up yet. There we go. Ugh, what happened here, boys? What happened there? Right, that's clearly not going to plan. Oh my goodness me. Right, should we try that one again, boys? Why does it... it feels a lot more dramatic than what it is. I think it's because I'm doing it in such small, like, increments. That will do. That's going to be the only time I need to kind of make it go underground like that. So that will do for now. That will do for now. So that's a 219 by a... I'll keep it like that because it kind of maintains the bend. I don't think the bend's perfect. So that runs to there. I've got to take this, guys. Eventually, it's going to go out of the region over here. So please bear that in mind. Now, it will make life a lot easier if I do it by these little segments. So if I go from there and then run this down, which will really help me out with building this as quick as possible. So that works fairly well. Delete you, delete you. Do the same thing over to here now. Now, you might be questioning, Sonic, why do you want it to go this way? It seems excessively far. Right? It seems excessively far. And I think that's the kind of the fun of it, is to have this different region area they come in and out from. But also getting them to kind of go through all of this. This landscape is an interesting visual aspect, which I'm kind of excited to explore, to be honest with you. So how's it now looking? We've gone all the way down, following it all the way through, and of course it's going to eventually lead all the way out, which we'll quickly set up right now. So if I go... Hold on, hold on. Oh. There. And there is a bend going to be here. Right, run to there. All right, this should be fairly quick, fairly simple to implement. That will do me. Right, that runs all the way, which is quite a distance if you tell me right now. But we also have on the map this built up abandoned old train bridge, which I could integrate this within the line. You know what I mean? Rather than it going straight across, I could make it actually connect up to it and get some use out of it, which I think I'm going to. Which, for those who have just seen this bridge, thinking, that looks kind of familiar. Where have I seen something like that before? I think it kind of gives away where the map is based on now at this point. If anyone can guess what the map is based on, just based on that bridge alone, then you are a genius, is all I'm going to say. You are a genius. Right. Boom. Boom. Let's just run to there with that one. Now, I feel like I've done a long strip of train line, but that's not even the most difficult part. I've got the most difficult parts coming up next. So, first one here is I've got to build a nice little train bridge going across here. Let me just get these little tracks set up again. And if I go to here. So I've pumped it up by a 10, which I'm not sure if that is reasonable or not. Going to bring that directly over. Now, I'm very, very well aware right now that the train line... Sorry, not the train line, the ship line... goes through this low bridge. I'm very aware of that. I'm going to go 15, and I'm going to go back down to 10 there. Before I then decide to bring it back down to the ground. To the ground level. Right, that's perfect. I was about to... Oh, it looks like they were constructing a new type of bridge over here, boys. Well, that's perfect for me. That's the only place I've done that bridge. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. So, let's just get this finalized. So, let me start then. I can speed up this process right now by doing on all the straight parts where we have it all set up. So, if I go across to here, it then just means I've got to... Alright, might be better coming down this way. Like that. It's fine. It's fine. Run down to there. And then let me just now delete this excess that I don't need. Yeah, that's okay. We'll go with it. We'll roll with it, boys. We'll roll with it right now. And a bit more. Okay, that's great. All I've got to do is connect these two up. And obviously there to there. And we have the world's longest train line. Oh my goodness me. Right, I'm not going to follow this whole thing round because I feel like that would be completely wild. We could do some... I might bypass... Actually, we'll bypass it here. So, where would be best for us now? So, the last few times I've got to now do this. Which that feels like it doesn't even make any sense at the moment. Right, run you in. And then I want to see if it's possible now on the straight bit. To now maybe run across this way. And then bend it all in. Like that. Oh, no, no, no. Right, okay. Let's just leave it like this, because this is getting, like I said, a little bit out of hand at this point. And then we'll go for a nice big swoop in. And then off goes the trains. So, let me just double check right now. We're all connected down. That leads down to there. Absolutely glorious. All that's left for me to now do is get this connected over there. Now, this is the important one. So, does this get the height required? I think it was... I'm actually not sure what it was, but I need to go up to a plus 20. Was 20 enough? Oh, yeah, okay, that's more than enough. And then do I kind of add in a small-esque bridge for the funsies? And then go ahead and bring this all down. Like that. Oh, okay, I'm completely off here. So there's got to be a way to integrate this. There should be with said bend. So if I come off like there, I don't then need all of this. And then this could bend in beautiful. Okay. I mean, it gives me a lot of then ideas to how I can completely rework this area, which is kind of exciting. So it does open up for a lot of possibilities. Now, there was a vehicle on the way down. So I built that massive, that multi-million-dollar road I've just built has been very, very handy and helpful for one garbage truck. Nice, nice, guys. Absolutely nice right now. Liking that bridge that goes over there, as that kind of adds a little bit of uniqueness to the area. But let's now add a passenger rail line, which obviously comes on this side and then goes all the way out. Now, the extension of this line failed pathfinding. Oh, am I missing... Am I missing a connection somewhere? So it goes down to there. It can go down to here. There's a point where it doesn't work anymore. Ah, it's the bridge that I didn't build. Right. Can I now go across it? Let me just grab it from down here. Where is that bridge bit? So still failed pathfinding. Ah, it must... Right, I know exactly what it is. It's the bit of train track that, like I said, I didn't build. So I'm now going to delete it to... So all this train track right now is what I've built. So now we shouldn't have an issue. I think. I think, boys. He thinks, but is he correct? Yes. We've got there all the way, boys. Right, now, this is going to be a very, very long line, and they're going to want to throw a lot of trains on this. So, ticket price is free, of course. just 2 trains. I'm more than happy to have 2 trains. The only issue is I don't think the trains can actually get here. Or get on that line. Because the rail lines don't connect for that to happen. So I might just very sneakily just do that. Just to get the trains on the line. And I think they might come out of... Where would they come out of? Here? Let me fast forward. Or because we have an outside of the region connection, would they... I was wondering, because we had an outside the region connection, that they might go that way. But I could be very wrong. And I think I am very wrong. So do we have... any trains in that line yet? There is. Right, what are they doing? What? Where are these trains for this line? Right, what's going on here, boys? Oh, have they now just spawned in? Okay, now it's working. Okay, we don't need that. I think it might be to do with the out of the region connections. Kind of made it okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't truly know. But that now leads out, which is glorious because it gives me now access to all this. Now, there will be other stations along the way leading up to other things that we build. More importantly, all these little islands leading down now have train access and we can add stations to them. So that is what makes that so important. As long-winded as it was to create, it's now very, 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 very important. So now we're going to make them feel like that this new road is worth its while to use. So we've got to create a better vehicle connection for the road. So I'm thinking, because it's all kind of close-knit, we try and create a custom variation of a trumpet. It's easier said than done. But we want them to kind of be able to go in both directions. So currently, you can come down here, you can do a right, you can go straight ahead. Perfect. Coming from this way, you come here, you can go to the left, but you can't go right. We can solve that with a nice little bend there. Done. Now, coming from this way, you can't go left. You can go straight on, but you can't go left. So let's figure out then the best approach. Okay, we have to do like I said, a very, very interesting trumpet. So delete you. I'm gonna delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you. Delete you back a little bit more. And I'm just gonna upgrade this road. Just like that for a minute, so I got more space to kind of maneuver. Now, this is going to have to either go above the train line or remain under it. So by the looks of it, it's hitting a 0 as soon as possible. And then we get to this point, and then we're kind of stuck. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, how much traffic do we expect to see? Where having a little bit of a crossroads is not a problem. At this moment in time, I don't think there's going to be that much traffic. So we could get away with something like that, but I think it might be more interesting to implement it with the extra slip. because this will be the more busier of the roads. So if I did that there, I can kill off this road, by the way. And then they'll just have to then awkwardly use the slippy slips, unless, again, we take it that stage further. So I turn... What is that there? That's the wrong type of road. I turn this into a little bit more, but maybe... I was about to say, maybe we can get a little bit more out of this. If I was to do, for example, to there, the asymmetric. To delete you, and I can create like a little, to avoid the cars turning into that junction there. It's not perfect. You know what I mean? It's not going to be perfect in any way, shape, or form. Now, I could 4-lane this. Quite some distance. Asymmetrical this. And then that would be... That's actually going to go straight. Except for around about, I'd say here, where it becomes asymmetrical. Actually, do I make this go to a 4-lane there? And for it to kind of wiggle into a little bit of asymmetrical. Right, this is... You could argue not what you would expect. But it creates an extra decent slip. I could say no right turns here. So, no right turn. There. So you have to use that for your right turn. That's a straight on and left, but I've got that in there, so it kind of works and it kind of doesn't to create the most awkward junction going. But it does now give me more options. It gives the vehicles the ability to now utilize this road more than what they would have once done before. It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect right now. There's been a car crash over here, which has now just caused a little bit of traffic. But we could now start seeing a few more vehicles using this. But I wouldn't say it's going to be many. Yeah. But it's all fun. It's all fun and games. So let that now just kind of do what it's got to do. I want to create some walkability. Some beautiful little walkways right now. With some continuous bendy wendies. This should be pretty good. So, what I want to do is just do stuff like this. And where is this going to be ultimately going here? If I ended it there, because we are getting to... I mean, I could bridge it up and over and then, like, create walkability going down this way. Let's kind of continue all this. Oh, hang on. Where's this going to end? I just realised we're coming quite heavily close. How has that just killed off buildings? Has it changed the zoning? I think it might have changed the zoning slightly. Right, there's no point in making them walk down into this, but I also feel like there is a slight need for a little bit of a crossing. Alright, go there. Go normal. Little connection there. Is it too high to go down like that? I think it works. And then I don't need anything to go across there because the roads here do that job for me. It's just maybe running something nice down here. So if I brought you out for a minute. Brought you out for a minute. I'm going to create walkability either side there. To there. And up to a 5. Make it a decent building there. Drop it down to a 0. And in. And then we choose to run. Diagonally. And then delete the slight overhang. And that will just run off and continue. Do we see many people using them already? Maybe because they're hitting a brick wall. Oh no. Oh no, boys. Alright, keep that like it is. And I want it to be very tree. Okay. I mean, I could also add in a few little bits and bobs to make it worthwhile, really. Like some little kind of like micro parks. So do little things leading around it. To make it feel like that, you know, they can then go to these little areas. Oh, I'll just do the ones there anyway. And what I'll do now then is I'll grab the tree brush. I'll turn off the anarchy. Increase the brush strength. And let's just naturally get them to place in some trees. So they'll place them in the little nooks and crannies, the little gaps that are available. And then everything else then is down to us. So if I then choose to do singular and then I put the anarchy now on. A few little nooks and crannies. I can add them in. That one was misplaced. And there's those little nooks and crannies. We can add in a few more. To really bulk the area up. Make it feel that we live in Woodville. You know what I mean, boys? You know what I mean? And then just run down this side. Where's my tree gone? I was about to say that I can't place any more trees down. Add in the odd tree or two in the back gardens. I like placing trees down in these little houses. A few little nooks and crannies. Just down the side there. Dot them in a few more little gaps. A few more people's houses need trees. So there's a bit of greenery space in the front garden. We have the freedom to drop a tree in. A few little trees on the park area. Right. Oh, that looks so much better right now with the thickness of the trees coming in. That really does. So because there's little park areas here, you might then see them walking more to those little spots and spaces. But at the same time, maybe not. You never know. You do never know. But are they using this junction more now? Yes, there is more use of the junction. It does slow some of the vehicles down because they can now officially make that turn. But it's kind of handy to a certain degree, right? It is now really, really handy for them. I've got to sort out these tunnel systems a little bit better. But they're loving it. They're coming now in all directions. So it could then alleviate some pressures, take a little bit more demand off these couple of highway roads that we've got coming down. So I think ultimately it does work out in the end. All right, a few little trees dropping down. I'll do a couple in the graveyard areas. And then we've got so much more space in areas. Still going to add a bunch of trees then in. Let me turn the anarchy off there. So I'll just throw in where it allows us to first. And it's all about doing the rest of it after. Is there much room for any other trees? We'll keep it like that, boys. We'll keep it like that. Right, infrastructure's in. It might not be the best types of roads. So before you go, Santiago, that looks absolutely trash right now. I know it looks trash, okay? You haven't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to say nothing. Because I understand. I completely understand. But it gives that additional train connection. Dedicated to go outside of the region. Train line 8, which is this one here. It has 2 trains on it. There's some people on the trains, right? There's 63 people on the trains here. That's leading out of the region, so it is handy. Oh, do we have any prisoners at this point? We still don't have a single prisoner. What is... Are prisons even handy in City Skylines? What's going on right now, boys? What's going on right now? But we're getting there. We are getting there. It's looking like quite a nice little place to live, these little areas. Trains all leading in. It's very busy station, boys. There's 180 people currently waiting right now. That'll only just keep increasing as more people come from other different directions. But other than that, I don't think it's too shabby. Right. We'll go back onto the expansions next episode then with the 2 additional new towns, add a bit more capacity, a bit more people living here. This little area over here is going to flourish. Now my only concern is my unemployment. The more people we add in, the more people we're going to have then unemployed, which is at 2.7%-ish. Homelessness is at 1% almost, so we might need to kind of do some stuff that's maybe... I mean, it's not the end of the world. But they are really complaining about small homes, so do you think we need to start making some towns with some bigger homes? Potentially. Guys, we'll end it here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash that like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon, so goodbye.